You go all the way down, on way past where we can see. That was all of our pepper and tomatoes, grape tomatoes and cucumbers. That was all. Well, I mean, the water washed over this bridge. This bridge was covered. To give you an idea, we got there about 6:02, and I think the bridge collapsed around 6:40 something, and it felt like an earthquake and like the loudest thunder you'd ever heard in your life, and it was that bridge washing out. We went up there and she was washing away. I'm sorry. I think the reality of it is some of those people won't be found. I think the people in Greene County were extremely lucky that they found Boone. I'm very grateful that they did. I'm so glad they have that closure for his family. I'm telling you, I hope they name a bridge after him, because he was out there searching, trying to help people. And I'm sorry. Cloyd, they're still looking for him. I don't know. I don't know that family will ever get any resolution. I don't know. I don't even know where you start to look now. I'm so sorry. It's just the most painful thing to watch. I'm so sorry. I just need 1 second. And nobody cares right now what side of the political fence you're on. They don't care where you go to church, if you go to church. They don't care if you're covered in tattoos or if you got a cross around your neck. They're just happy to see you there to help. Just seeing everybody come together and work so hard for all these people is amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. It really is. I'm with her shirts and people with MAGA shirts working side by side and never giving it a second thought. I mean, you have to put that stuff to the side. And I will say that is one of the things that I've probably been very vocal about, is when we have had people come here and they go back home and they try to turn it into a political thing and politicize what's happened here. That's not fair. Don't exploit us to push your agenda. Just because you feel this way and you saw something for 2 minutes does not mean that's the way that it is here. This is not the time to try to use this as a platform. This is a time to show it does not matter which side of the fence you are on. You can bridge that gap and you can come together and do what you're supposed to do, and not turn it into, how can I further my own personal agenda by showing these pictures of these poor people over here in poor Appalachia, these poor little hillbillies. You know, look how our government failed them. Like, now is just not the time for that. Well, the Nolichucky was where most of the damage was done in this part of the state. Now, of course, over in North Carolina, you had other things that contributed to that in Lake Lure and Chimney Rock and places like that. Basically, a tidal wave come over that mountain and hit the Nolichucky River. And then from there, it just was complete devastation. To the back of our farm, that is the Nolichucky right behind us. There's a rock bluff at the back of the farm that's about 55 feet high. The water was within 15 feet of breaching that. Wayne Will Hoyt from here in Greene County, he's been over with his K-9, and they've had him over there searching and helping, and I know they've brought him in from all kinds of different law enforcement agencies. Recovery could happen weeks from now still, maybe even longer. I mean, what do you do when everything's covered in mud, trees, houses, debris? You can't just hand dig through all of that piece by piece. It's impossible. They did lose their lives. They're physically still here, but they're walking around just a shell of what they were before, because literally everything they have washed away in that river. I consider our losses very insignificant. We lost crops, we lost land. That's nothing in comparison to what some of these people have lost. They pretty much told the community there, here's your helicopter, we'll get you out. You can come back in 2 years or you can stay. And those people all chose to stay. They did not leave. And we'll keep working and doing whatever we have to until somebody has a road in there. I mean, or keep dropping helicopter supplies to them, whatever they need. I am going to give a shout out to one specific individual. This kid's name is Eli Prophet. I called him Prophet the Prophet. He had a 4-wheeler and a box, and that kid hauled meals anywhere and everywhere. Torrential downpours, you name it. I've never seen a 17-year-old kid step up like this kid did. He was an angel. I don't know how many people he fed, probably hundreds when it was all said and done, but he deserves all the recognition in the world. I mean, he really does. I said, that's the kind of kid you hope your daughter marries. Tabitha gave him a different box to use on his four-wheeler, and you would have thought we gave that kid $1 million. He's like, this box is bigger and so much better than the one I had. I mean, just stories like that are what give you hope in all this. The people that show up and show you their hearts, that's what makes it makes you want to keep going. It makes you want to keep helping. I think having those type of people surrounding you makes all the difference. And I hope in some small way I have been that person for somebody else. People have donated and they've been so good to us, and I hope that they see that I don't know how you help these people at this point anymore. But when you see that bridge and see how far it is to the water, the fact that it was up on it is mind-boggling. It really is. Everything was pretty much that was going to be destroyed was already destroyed. It was an afterthought at that point. I mean, because like I said, this house that was here, that was at like 3 in the afternoon. You still had hours of flooding left. Yeah, there was a house. It was still under construction. It was a new construction house. And they had a little 3-car garage there as well. I say little, it was a big 3-car garage. It was still standing at the time that I filmed the house being taken under the bridge. But then by the next day, the garage and everything was gone. Yeah, they lost everything.